My name is Bamidele Awoyemi. I'm an artist, designer, architect as well. I have a background in architecture. I was sort of fortunate enough to work in art spaces quite a lot while I was studying and while I worked as well. So I ended up going into a lot of different disciplines, like doing film sometimes, doing animations, making objects or sculpture, and sometimes building pop-up spaces or things that people could experience. I keep using different disciplines or mediums as a way to tell stories. And usually I end up collaborating with different people in different ways to sort of like have these conversations or tell these stories or other people's stories in a way, and just building something to support that. Having a space here at Meanwhile Space, it's been really good for me because having limited access to space and a lot of the projects I end up tending to do either involve me building stuff, designing things, and in a place like London, there's not a lot of space available. So actually having my own dedicated studio space, which I can go to each day, start trying out new things, playing around with things, and also having like the spaces outside, it's quite a good way for me to test those ideas, but then also like build my own practice up. So yeah, it's really been beneficial in that way. One of the things that I've done in the space is with a collective I have with two other friends and a friend who runs a sort of cinema. We, out in the Arches, we built a pop-up cinema called the Atlas Cinema, and it was made out of disused, found materials and furniture that were all over the site. So the pallets, certain leftover materials from the farm that they didn't need anymore that were thrown away. We even used things like the coffee sacks from Old Spike downstairs. We then stuffed them with felt to create these cushions. So if you go into the cinema space, you can see that we made these cushions out of their coffee sacks that they didn't need anymore. And through that, we've been able to also sort of offer up the space to different people in the building who have wanted to put on their own screenings and events, which they have done, as well as people in the local area, which has been really nice. We had so many people come around to sort of watch that film, but then also had a barbecue as well outside. So it was really just trying to bring that sort of communal aspect of like watching a film together or enjoying a film together, experience a film together, and things like that. If anyone's looking for a space where they have the freedom to sort of play with their own ideas, build their own practices or businesses or work, and also to sort of have like a network or community of people around who are interested in being engaged and having conversations and doing things. Yeah, that's what I'd say about LJ Works.